Hey guys, it's Destiny, and today I wanted to talk about Argenti. We will be going over his character preview and also his Lycone preview, and I thought I'd give you guys what I think about Argenti, my thoughts so far, and all of that good stuff. Also, if you guys do enjoy videos like these, make sure to subscribe and also hit the like button to support the video. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. So here we have the character preview for Argenti. Also, if you guys like this layout, please let me know because I'd love to use it for future videos, but only if you guys, of course, like the layout. I thought we'd start here and then we'll go to the Lycone preview. And as we could see, here is Argenti in all his glory. Such a cool looking character for sure. I'm definitely a huge fan of Argenti's design. I also like the roses. Pretty nice. Physical erudition character. And here is some backstory for Argenti. And if you guys do want to read, of course, you guys can pause. But I thought we get into the juicy stuff, which is the character overview. So now we get to see the traces. So it lets us know that Argenti is an AOE DPS character who can use a more powerful ultimate by consuming more energy. And the more targets Argenti hits, the more his crit rate increases and the more energy he regenerates. Right off the bat from seeing Argenti in the live stream, I could tell right away that he's going to be a character that is going to love when there are multiple targets on the field especially. So for his first trace at the start of the return, he immediately gains a stack of apotheosis. I believe that's how you say it. He gets those stacks. If I'm not mistaken, if we were to just look super quick, I believe those are the stacks that will get you the crit rate. Yes, as you can see right here, it is the stacks that gets him crit rate. And what's really nice about this is at the beginning of a turn, he will just immediately get a set number of stacks. I'm really curious as to how many stacks, but this is pretty nice because he's going to immediately get a crit rate increase, which is pretty good just for already starting off with his stacks. And then when enemy targets enter battle, he immediately regenerates energy for himself. This trace, in my opinion, seems pretty good because this trace will allow him to basically get more and more energy as the battle keeps going on. And as we know, basically in a sense, a double ult, or rather just an enhanced ultimate, if you were to save more energy beyond the minimum amount, this will be pretty nice because this will just help him regenerate that energy faster. And then we have Courage, which just deals more damage to enemies whose HP percentage is lower than a certain amount. Not too bad. I think these traces are pretty fitting for him because with the first trace, he'll be able to get his crit rate bonuses faster. The second trace can help with his energy regeneration a little bit. And then the third trace is just nice for dealing more damage to enemies that are a bit lower on the HP side. Overall, when it comes to his traces, not too shabby. And then, of course, we have his basic attack, and he's beating up a bug, because why not? And now we have the technique, and which is after using his technique, enemies in a set range are inflicted with daze. Dazed enemies will not actively attack allies, which is pretty nice. As you see, they're just kind of confused now. And when initiating combat against a dazed enemy upon entering battle, he'll deal physical damage to all enemies and regenerate a certain amount of energy. This is really nice because once again, it's helping out with the energy, because from what it looks like, Argenti's going to want a bunch of energy. So this is pretty good. I am a big fan of that. And now we have his skill and talent. His skill is very short. All it does is deal physical damage to all enemies. So this is pretty nice for just having pretty consistent AoE damage for sure. And then for his talent, for every enemy hit when Argenti uses his basic attack, skill, or ultimate, so basically anything he does, it helps Argenti regenerate energy and grants him a set amount of the stacks, increasing his crit rate. This effect is stackable. Okay, so this is pretty nice because once again, more crit rate. We don't know how much crit rate, but this can be really good when it comes to building Argenti, because this can allow you to focus more on crit damage and have a pretty nice crit rate to crit damage ratio. It ultimately just depends on how much crit rate he does get, but I do like the fact that any attack he basically does will regenerate him energy. So it's like his kit is definitely helping out with the fact that, well, I wanted a lot of energy, so let me help you out with my kit type of deal. So that's pretty nice. Then for his ultimate here, as we see, it consumes a set amount of energy to deal physical damage to all enemies. And then this looks like the secondary ultimate, which is he consumes more energy to deal physical damage to all enemies and also deals damage for a set number of additional times, dealing physical damage to a random enemy every time, which definitely makes the secondary ultimate way more incentivizing in a way. And also, I think the multipliers, I'm sure, will be higher on the secondary ultimate to incentivize you even more to save up the energy. But this is what I'm getting so far from Argenti's kit. As we can see, I think it is a decent kit. It's definitely main DPS focused for sure. Just really good option for a main damage dealer. Now though, I want to look at his light cone preview, and we can check this out and just see what his light cone gives us, and if I can think of any alternatives for you guys to use, because I know not all of us really want to pull on a limited light cone, so I'm gonna help you guys out with that. So here we have his light cone. I love the art. Super cool looking art. I love it. Honestly, reason to plural right there, just the art. But here are the stats. Pretty decent stats overall. But now here is what his light cone does. It increases the wearer's crit damage by 36%, which right off the bat, that's really good. The reason I say this is really good is because he's already getting a bunch of crit rate from what it seems from his own kit at only E0 from what it looks like. So now the light cone is helping that out even further by giving him more crit damage. Now he's going to have, once again, that pretty good crit rate to crit damage ratio. And then when the wearer uses the ultimate, the wearer's ultimate damage increases based on their max energy, increases by 0.36% per point of energy up to 180 energy. What I did notice about this as well, because of the fact this says 180 energy, I'm going to make an assumption here. And I think that Argenti's ultimate, the double ultimate, will have a 180 energy cost. So if we were to just look though at the light cone banner, I'll give my thoughts on this real quick as well. I don't hold you guys up for too long, but under the blue sky, decent light cone for sure. You get the crit rate increases when you defeat an enemy, and then you also get an attack increase. This is an okay light cone. I feel like there are better destruction light cones, but this isn't too shabby. And then we have post-op. I like post-op personally for my healers for sure. The energy regeneration is always awesome. The outgoing healing is also pretty awesome. This is good for majority of our healers. So this is a pretty nice light cone to acquire for sure. And then lastly, we have the Birth of the Self, the maiden in the painting. This light cone I like a lot for our, of course, follow-up attackers. But for the light cone banner itself, I think this banner is pretty good. It just kind of depends if you already have these light cones or if you're missing them. But I don't think these light cones are shabby at all. And if you are going for Argenti, I could definitely see this light cone being super good for him. So I would definitely say the light cone is worth it. But I thought I'd give you guys alternatives and also some synergies I'm currently thinking of when it comes to Argenti real quick. Okay, so when it comes to our oh shoot, I have Harmony on. Let me turn that off. My bad, guys. When it comes to our erudition light cones, I'm like, where did we get so many erudition light cones? I didn't know about this. But okay, anyway, if I were to give alternatives, I could see Before Dawn being an option. You do have a spare genuine light cone, I suppose. This will also give you that crit damage increase, which is pretty nice. Then you also get the wearer's skill and ultimate damage will increase as well. So this is pretty nice. The only thing that sucks though about using this light cone in particular is that you're not really going to be able to take advantage of that follow-up attack damage gained from this light cone, because from what we can see so far, Argenti does not have any follow-ups, so that will end up being wasted. But this isn't bad. The beginning effect, I can see that being pretty decent. And now if we were to look at a different light cone, let's go back to erudition. Let's see. For a free-to-play option, the Seriousness of Breakfast, always a good choice. I can see this actually being a really good choice. So let's superimpose at 5, because you should be able to do this, especially if you do want to acquire this light cone in multiple copies. Since it is free, let's go with this. You'll get a damage increase just right away. And then for every enemy that is defeated by the wearer's attack increases by 8%, stacking up to 3 times. So this could be a pretty nice free-to-play option for sure. This can also be an option hypothetically, this light cone right here. The reason I say this is you do get an attack increase, but then when the wearer defeats an enemy, the wearer's crit damage increases by 24% for 3 turns. You did have this superimposed all the way, it's 48%. The reason I'm recommending this one also is because of the fact that Argenti is AOE, and due to Argenti being AOE and already getting crit rate from the stacks that he's able to get, now you're getting that crit damage, and if your Argenti is dealing enough damage, then you'll be able to wipe the floor with like the little bosses, or the little minions rather, on the field. So then you can get this crit damage increase no problem. So this light cone can actually be pretty nice. Also, Rune Mei is on this light cone, and I know Rune Mei is going to ruin my wallet once she's here. I honestly don't know why I said that. I hope Rune Mei does not ruin my wallet. But I have gone on long enough. Let me know, what do you guys think about Argenti? Do you guys think he has a good kit? Do you guys think his kit is boring? Are you just gonna skip? If you are gonna skip, I did make a video before this one going over why you probably would want to actually skip Argenti, which is more so dependent on your account, but I explained that fully in the previous video if you guys want to go check that out. If you did enjoy this video, of course, make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support the video, and I hope all of you have a great one like always. Peace.